Hey guys, Adriana Jimenez joined here with two-time Olympic gold medalist and WBA, IBF, and WBC middleweight champion of the world, Claressa Shields. Claressa, I mentioned all of these accomplishments that you have. How good does it feel, and how proud of you? How proud are you of yourself?
Oh my God, I'm super proud. But me being who I am, I can't just settle. So I have to be proud just a little bit so I can keep working toward, what's next. I got one more belt I have to win at middleweight to be undisputed. So hopefully that fight comes with Christina Hammer and I can be undisputed just as Cecilia Brackens is.
Absolutely. I want to get more information on that in just a few minutes, but I want to talk about recently you fought on Showtime, you fought on DAZN, now fighting on HBO. I think you're the only fighter who's done that back to back, ever really, with DAZN being brand new. How good does that feel, and how what does that mean that to your career, what you're doing, breaking barriers everywhere?
Well, that means that every network knows that I'm an asset to boxing. It doesn't matter about my gender. I sell tickets. I get viewership. People want to see me fight. They tune in and watch me talk trash on YouTube or watch me be nice, whatever it is. People are tuning in and they love to see me fight. So it shows that women boxing can sell. So I'm happy that I've been able to fight on Showtime, DAZN, and now HBO.
Absolutely. Going back to a few moments ago when the WBC representative was talking about something about a medical test done in females a long time ago, I noticed your face changed because something he was saying about, I guess, women being different. But yet here you are showing that women can do it all. Well, can you take me back to what were you thinking when you did that face?
I was thinking that when I feel like it's false. And I feel like whoever the doctor who did the test back then, whenever he did the test, he did a test at a time where women weren't even properly getting in shape for boxing matches. They weren't getting paid anything. And I know fighters who have fought 10 rounds for $5,000 for a world title fight. And, now with boxing being added to the Olympics, boxing having an amateur program, the amateur program that I came up in under USA Boxing, where I had the Junior Olympics and the Real Olympics and the Nationals, I sparred them in 3-minute rounds. And I worked harder than the guys that I was in the training camps with. So I know that I'm more than capable to do 3 minutes. If they wanted to have me fight 3:30, I'm quite sure I could fight 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't think that the guy that did the test maybe needs to redo the test now because we have a different era of women. And women are now actually preparing their bodies to get inside the ring to fight. And then I want to say, in the amateurs, they've changed it to where we did fight 4 2-minute rounds. Now in the amateurs, the women also fight 3-minute rounds, just as the men. So somewhere the doctor and the amateurs maybe got it wrong or right, but somebody's wrong there. And I think that I feel like if we continue to fight 2 minutes and 10 rounds, they'll always be able to say that's why women don't get paid like the men. So we have to break that, and I believe that the WBC is the only organization that has that rule, but I believe that IBF, WBA, and WBO, that is a choice. So I think that they need to give us that choice, and we need to just make it equal is equal. I would love to fight, 10 2-minute rounds and get paid like the men, but it's not going to happen. Equal is exactly what equal is. 3 equal 3, 100 equal 100. It's not 100 to 90. You understand what I'm saying? So I just don't know about the guy that did the test, and I want to know what kind of test did he do. I want to get more into that. Like I want to go talk to him, ask him, what did the doctor say? Did he have the girls spar 3 rounds, or did he just ask them? Was this a questionnaire? Did the girls just not want to fight 3 minutes? Because 3 minutes is a long time, but 2 minutes is long as hell too. So I just don't understand it, but I believe it's false. I believe it's false.
Yeah, well, hopefully they do some, I think he said that test was like in the 70s or something. So they obviously need to do more current testing. Women should have an equal opportunity, and not just in the ring and pay and exposure, everything. And I think you and Cecilia Brackens and more women coming up in boxing are doing a great job in representing women in boxing. So thank you. Now, fighting on this Saturday, what can we expect from you this Saturday night?
Well, I just fought 3 weeks ago, so I'm not nowhere near out of shape. I feel great. My body isn't sore. I took off 5 days off of the gym after my fight. And then the last 2 weeks, I've just been, training, staying sharp. You expect to see T-Rex. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fight. It's going to be a good fight. I've been getting smarter as each fight go on. I think that my IQ has been raised higher due to my competition. I think that my opponent, Herman, is more than capable. She's coming down from 168, so I expect her to be strong, and I expect her to try to use her weight against me. But I think all these girls know that I'm probably the biggest middleweight there is, and I was one of the biggest super middleweights. So I hope that she brings her A game, and I'm just going to really just try to outdo my last performance, which I won a unanimous decision, 90-100 against Hannah Rankin.
Well, this Saturday we are expecting to have Laila Ali and Christina Hammer in attendance. In respect to Laila Ali, do you wish you would have had the opportunity to fight someone as great as her?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to fight Laila Ali and Wolf. I just want the best fights, and I think those were the fights that would have took women boxing over the edge, But all in all, Laila Ali has been retired for 10 years, and we had a situation to where I kind of did call her out, but it wasn't because I wanted to fight her. That wasn't the reason I called her out. It was because of something that I watched on a Breakfast Club that she did, and I thought that she was kind of coming at me a little bit, and I felt disrespected. And maybe I should have just called her because I had her number. But instead, I went to social media, and we still haven't been able to talk about it face to face yet. But hopefully, when I see her, maybe we can get everything squared away, because as competitive as I am, I respect her journey that she took for women's boxing. And if she did want to fight, of course, I wouldn't back down from it. But I more want to embrace her, like I love you, you love me type of thing. But, I'm just a competitive fighter, and I can't feel like somebody said something to me and then not say something back. But hopefully when I see her, me and her can chop it up a little bit, maybe before the fight or after. And just with Christina Hammer coming, I don't know why she's coming. I don't know. I thought she was sick.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to comment for her, but tell me how badly you want her title to become the undisputed champion.
Definitely I want it, and that's why I'm a little upset that she's here. You should be at home resting, getting ready for our fight in the first quarter of next year. That's when our fight is supposed to happen. We were supposed to fight November 17th. I had been in camp 11 weeks for that fight, and I was ready to fight. And, she said she was sick, and I respect her sickness, but, she was kind of talking like how sick she was. She couldn't train. She couldn't eat. Her stomach was really messed up or whatever the case may be. And it's like maybe not even a week after her saying that, she was at the gym training. She's working out. And I'm like, it was a miracle. God healed her, and she's back training and everything already. But either or, it makes it better for me. And I really want the fight against her. I don't want this to be a Laila Ali versus Ann Wolf fight that never happened. And I say she's scared of me. She say I'm scared of her. We can make this fight happen. I think she's 28 years old. I'm 23. We're around the same age. We can make this fight happen. And I have the credentials, and I have the resume. I have 3 belts at middleweight. So, of course, I want to be undisputed. And I would love for her just to get better. And, we can get it popping.
Absolutely. That's a fight that we definitely have to see. Hopefully, like you said, at the beginning of next year that happens. Chasing your dream, undisputed, but also they mentioned another dream that you have is to break that record that Lomachenko holds and become the first fighter ever to reach 3 divisions in under 12 fights. Yeah, talk to me about that goal you have.
You have to work 10 times harder than the men. I didn't turn pro with one Olympic gold medal. I turned pro with 2. And now I fought at 168 and won 2 world titles. Now I'm at 160. I have 3 world titles, and I hope to be undisputed before I go to 154 to claim some world titles there. And it's possible. It's definitely possible for me to accomplish all that within that time, with me fighting against the best competition, fighting the best fighters at that weight division. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't take the easy routes. I just get prepared for the hard routes. And I've been getting prepared to fight against the biggest fighters as in Hannah Gabriels, Christina Hammer, all these girls that I fought against. I get mentally and physically prepared for them. And I know that I can do it, and I feel like if I did beat Lomachenko's record, it's just you have to respect me, but you have to respect me more now, and that's just another step to getting closer to equality. Treat me how you treat him, pay me how you pay him, and hopefully they'll up my ranking on the pound for pound list. I think it got me ranked number 2 or 3, but I want the number 1 spot, and I want to be the first woman to be ranked on the men's pound for pound list. I want to break that gender label. Like, I don't care if they put me as number 10 on the 1 through 10 pound for pound list, or they put me as number 4 or 5. I don't care. Just put me on there.
I mean, you have the credentials. You're working on up, and sure enough, soon you will be there. Someone who is there on the top of the pound for pound list, Cecilia Brækhus. I talked to her last week, and I mentioned to her about fighting you eventually at some point before she were to retire. And she says she has some interest, but she honestly kind of preferred to fight some other women in front of you. So, what do you make of that when I tell you that? Would you rather fight other people instead of you?
That's her career. She's the top woman right now, top lady, and she has all her belts. And fighting me is a huge risk, and I don't think I don't have a twin sister out there, because if I had a twin sister, I would fight her. But like, that's her choice, and like, fighting against me is a huge risk, especially coming up to 154, and she fights at 147. But that's what champions do. The best fight against the best. And if the fight could ever be made, I would be happy, which would be maybe like in a year or two, and I'm going more to the or two. But I think the fight between me and her would be one of the biggest fights in women's boxing. Maybe a pay-per-view fight between me and her. Her bringing her Norway fans, and now her United States fans, and me bringing my fans from the Olympics from all over the world to watch us fight. So I would love to do it, and I'm not going to say, oh, she's scared of me and this and that. I just know that she's worked very hard for her titles, and that's why I want to fight her at 154. 'Cause I don't want the titles. I want the pound for pound spot. I can't make 47. I don't know if you can tell or not. I'm pretty skinny at 160, but 47 is not where I want to go. I just either she can just say, okay, I'm passing the torch over to Claressa Shields. She's pound for pound number 1, or I'm gonna do it my way, and I gotta take it. But. Yeah, but I think that's just the best way to handle it, is for us to fight, so they won't have to keep saying, oh, this person is better, that person is better, we thought this person would have won. When we can just get in there and do it, But it's her career. She can do whatever she want to do with it, and I respect it either way. I just know that it doesn't dictate my career. I have other girls who are at the top who I could fight. So it's all fine by me.
No problem. I know there's other people that want to talk to, so I just want to ask you one quick question. Talking about greatness and the best fighting the best, there's a fight that I want to get your thoughts on, Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia. I know that you have sparred Errol Spence in the past, and I know people bring it up, but it's crazy to say, that you sparred him a few years ago. So can you talk to me briefly about that experience, and what's Mikey Garcia up against?
Well, I tell you, Errol Spence strong as hell. I tried to punch him on the arms. I tried to punch through his guard, and I got nowhere. But I was 17 years old. I'm quite sure I could probably do a little bit better now, but just back then it was like, man, this dude is strong. And he hit me a couple times. He didn't daze me or anything, but I think we sparred 3 rounds. And we did that because I was walking through everybody at the Olympic Training Center, especially the guys. And they're like, we have to put her in there with somebody where she'll actually use her boxing ability. And that person was Errol Spence.
What an experience.
For Mikey Garcia, I got, for both guys, Mikey Garcia is very smart, has a very great IQ. He knows how to fight against tall and short fighters, and he makes great adjustments. Errol Spence is strong. He has just as great as an IQ, but he's a lot bigger. And I think that the fight will be great. And everybody keeps saying, oh, Errol Spence going to knock out Mikey Garcia, or Mikey Garcia is going to catch Errol Spence. I don't think so. I think we're looking at a trilogy. I think it's going to be a war first fight. They're going to go, and whichever man has the heart and has the conditioning to go will be the one that win. But with Errol Spence being my Olympic brother, that is who I'm cheering for. All the love for Mikey Garcia in the world, but I'll be cheering for Errol Spence, and let the best man win on that night.
Definitely can't wait for that one. And I know, one last question. I promise. You were in attendance, Wilder Fury. Who won that fight?
You know, so at first, being ringside, I thought that Wilder won it hands down. But then I feel like some of the rounds were so close. And then I had it 7-5 for Wilder, or you can flip it 7-5 for Fury. And then if I did give it 7-5 to Fury, the 2 knockdowns made it a draw. So I'm okay with the draw, but I think that Wilder put more on the line and that he was the more effective puncher. So I thought maybe he got it by a round or so. But I can't wait to see the second fight.
Absolutely, we can't wait. And we cannot wait to see you this Saturday night on HBO. Don't miss it, the last HBO card. All right, thank you so much, Claressa.